For any of you fellow Petscop fans pursuing and wondering whether this hour and a half is worth it, it's not. A cringy intro and extremely poor quality throughout. If it was just the sound quality, I still might give it a pass, but the real failing here is just how utterly boring it is.
Yeah, the intro was cringy. I do agree, but that's
I don't even remember what it was.
It was shit, what was it?
It was shit.
It was shit. Hello everyone and welcome to the Quitters Room. Today is July 7th, 2017, and welcome to the second episode of the podcast. Today we're talking about, respectively, Petscop 2. I am Hawk, and today I'm with JJ.
Hi.
I am also with Wooden Hornets.
Hello.
And Tatacat.
Hey.
So, I think the first thing that we should start talking about is just what is the New Maker plane? Like, what do you guys think about? Because Petscop 2 starts off as all finally gets to see the New Maker plane and all the rooms and everything there. Do you have anything to say about that?
If it is about the if it actually is confirmed that this is actually about the New Maker story, you know, the murder of New Maker, then I could definitely buy that this is a representation of underneath, like, the sheets and the pillows and stuff like that, under the suffocation. I could buy that.
Yeah, that sounds like a good theory. But like I said in the last episode, I really don't think it's about Candace. I think it was inspired by Candace.
Like, that's the thing, though. Like, what I don't like is that people are dismissing this as just because it could be an inspiration, that it doesn't make sense that, like, that some of these things would be connected. Like, I think that we can definitely say that, okay, wait, we'll get to that later, but I could definitely see New Maker plane, you know, representing that, even if it's not completely about the Candace story, you know?
Yeah, like how it's like just the underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Like how it's like everything looks pretty, but it's not. Kind of reminds me of the song. It's called Dollhouse. I think that kind of
also
represents that too.
If I can make a quick connection about the New Maker plane to the Even Care plane, what I definitely think it means is the Even Care is meant to represent an adoption center, and that's like it's all happy and nice when they're taken out, and then like the abuse and the follow-up is the New Maker plane, the underneath, what people don't see, kind of going into the darkness. That's definitely how I see it. Could be wrong, but you know, that's how I see it.
Probably. JJ, do you have any theories on the New Maker plane or anything?
Well, I personally don't have any idea of what exactly could the New Maker plane represent, but I'm almost sure that it's something related to keeping children in a closed environment, because we see there's like a registry office with like a telephone that tells you if a kid is out of the room. There are different parts of the New Maker plane that a facility of this kind will have, but it's very weird because we also have parts which are totally out of place. For example, the cameras looking at the windmill and all the other buildings and tools room. So I think this is one of the biggest mysteries that we have now with Petscop.
That is true. Actually, wait, can I add one more thing?
Of course, go ahead.
Maybe the New Maker plane isn't actually a representation of just the home life, you know, what happens when they're taken home. Maybe it's a representation of how out there it is, like the whole world, how dark the actual world is, out from what the children perceive as just a nice open area. It actually could be more dark than they assume leaving their daycare center.
So, like, the entire New Maker plane can be the world. through the eyes of an abused child.
Exactly. That's why it's
There
so
is a
open with so
school.
much grass. There's a school. There's a cellar, pretty much. That's like a cellar door. You go inside there, you see all this darkness and gravestones. That could definitely represent like what the children don't see in their daycare.
Definitely. That's actually a really good idea. I also thought it could just be if like I said in the last episode, again, watch that episode if you haven't seen it, because we'll be going back to some theories. It kind of seems a bit like a revenge kind of thing. Like if these people are sending this game to Paul, and Paul is obviously having some kind of emotional connection to it. It could have, like in the show 13 Reasons Why, it could have some kind of like,
That's interesting.
yeah, like it's meant to show like, look at what you've done kind of thing, like in 13 Reasons Why. And I'm only using that show. I don't really like that show, but I'm only using
It's all right.
too much for me, to be honest. But it's just like, it could be representing, like, it could have been just added in there to show, like, just to show and to be like, you're messed up. Look at all the stuff you did. Look at all that went wrong because of you. And it was just added there.
I agree with you. But that's one of the reasons. Because I think the game wasn't meant for Paul. Because let's be honest, Paul doesn't seem like he's very old, or at least he doesn't seem like the kind of person who will do something that will require the kind of reaction that will be a game like Petscop. I mean, if you make a game to show someone what they did, it's probably going to be for someone a bit older than what Paul seems to be.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was probably, if I was gonna make a guess who the game was made for, I definitely wouldn't say it was for Paul. I would more think of it maybe for his mother. Maybe
That
for
would
his
make
mother.
sense.
Because he does bring up his mother later on, which we'll get to in another episode. But like,
Because his mom had the game.
his mom had the game before.
Why
Maybe it
would
was
she
made
I
for
think
her.
I think his mother gets the game, but maybe she just found the game on some box or something somewhere, and she just kept the game. And maybe, I don't know, after some time, Paul finds the game and he decides to try it.
Did we have any? Sorry.
If this turns out to be like a cliche creepypasta where it's like my mom bought it from some weird guy at a thrift store, I highly doubt it. But
I think maybe what happened, because I don't know, they didn't really make a point of it yet. What I think might happen, if I was gonna make any guess, what will happen. So his mom disappeared after playing the game, and then Paul will be the next one to disappear. They'll go to see the windmill and they'll disappear, and then another person will find it, which I think might be how the show continues. It'll be a different person playing the game.
And that's why we have other. There's also the theory that there were past players as well.
Like, people keep coming. I think what will happen is the next person we'll see in the game will be a figure of Paul, like a character representing Paul. He'll be stuck, because remember, the profile picture, you see Paul disappears right as he stops uploading, and then suddenly the description changes.
There's also the theory that there were past players as well.
Like, people keep coming. I think what will happen is the next person we'll see in the game will be a figure of Paul, like a character representing Paul. He'll be stuck, because remember, the profile picture, you see Paul disappears right as he stops uploading, and then suddenly the description changes.
One thing that I feel like one of these pets is going to kind of represent, because it's a very common theme in abuse, is medication abuse.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely see that.
There's definitely gonna be one pet or a kid or whatever that's just gonna look like a zombie, and it's gonna be staring off into space, and it's gonna be the loves me not.
Oh, I definitely think that represents deflowering innocent.
Oh my god, that might be.
I think Care is supposed to represent someone who is sexually abused, which would make sense with the note. Keep in mind.
Oh yeah.
love me, loves me not. I think when you see her destructed, that's a representative of like I know this is really dark, but rape.
Oh my goodness, yeah, that could be. And I
Yeah,
mean, this entire thing is dark. If people didn't,
people need to
it's
get over it. If they
yeah.
like, if people want to be involved with the discussion, they're gonna have to like get through with the triggers and stuff like that, or else just not participate because this is really dark stuff. Like you can't avoid it.
Yeah. So yeah, and then Michael Hammond, he's the dead kid.
He's
That's the dead kid.
That's a dead kid.
That's the dead kid. I don't know
That's
what
a
he's
dead kid.
supposed to... Yep, that's a dead kid. I don't really know what he's supposed to represent, to be honest.
He's a dead kid.
True, but like, we don't know too much
Wait,
about
let me look back. Actually, you know, let me look back at that. Actually, let me see what that was about.
It was a grave, and it said, he was a gift. No, is it? Do you know anything, JJ? You're tired.
I definitely think. Wait, so Michael Hammond died at 6 years old, right? If I remember.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the first thing I was gonna say, because I actually thought from I remember it said like 1988 to 1988, so I assume maybe it's a representative like a miscarriage. But
no, it was. I think he was at least like 6 years old or 7. I think. Or wait, what were the dates again?
1988 to 1995.
Yeah, so it's not like a miscarriage.
1988 to 1995. I'm not sure what those years, what they have to do with anything.
Maybe they don't have anything to do. When was Petscop created?
2000.
According, well, was it 2000?
97.
Oh, 97.
97. So what were the dates again?
2 years. It would have been released right at like 2 years after 1995, which is when he died.
That kind of goes along with it.
And also, I think that having that gravestone there does serve to kind of tie in, and by saying Mike was a gift, tying back to the gift plane, tying back into adopting children, you know, and you want to say, oh, this child is such a gift. So why am I flying them to Colorado and letting people kill them, you know?
True.
I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too deep into this, but maybe the when they say that Mike is dead, and you know how like they say like, "Oh, he's a dead kid." Maybe that's like a red herring. Maybe it doesn't literally mean he's dead. Maybe it has more to do with he's dead inside. Because like this is about the corruption of youth. So, and if he maybe emotionally died on 1995, I don't know.
His innocence died.
His innocence is gone, and that's why they showed the tool in his room, because that and the tweezers. He emotionally died that day.
Shit, maybe, but that windmill scene seemed really occulty, to be honest.
It was really bizarre because like when I remember when I saw that, I was like, what the fuck? And then like I went back and like nobody was talking about it on the Reddit. Like nobody would bring it up. I'm like, why aren't you talking about it?
Because it just seemed really occulty and just.
But no, like they started talking more about like the textures on the floor on like Petscop 3. I'm like, look at the windmill scene.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wooden hornets.
You fucking knockoff. Fucking ripoff.
I'll have you know, on my channel, before I took down the videos, there were like 5 entries for my Marble Hornets parody.
Oh my god, I love it.
I did stupid shit where like I had like a whole chair just fly across the screen, and then I said, it was just the wind.
It was... Oh my god, I love Marble Hornets, but the acting's so bad.
Oh.
So bad.
Well... It's completely tolerable compared to fucking Tribe 12.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen all of Tribe 12.
But... If I couldn't, like, I almost like quit after I saw the episode where Noah's parents were in it.
Oh no!
And they were like, Noah, you have to understand. We need to look deeper into the videos and find the observer. I'm like, no.
No.
That's like Mark Wahlberg acting. Like, what? No. Who's excited for it?
Maybe?
Everyone who went to the early screenings, like the people even on Reddit who were talking about it, they all said it was the best adaptation of a Stephen King thing. So like,
Is it?
Hmm.
Holy shit! I'm gonna have to see it now.
When Pennywise dies, that's a dead it.
It's a dead it. Oh no! I've never seen it ever.
The miniseries was kind of.
To be honest, I hate gore. I can't do gore. That's why I can't watch Saw.
All I know is they're keeping in all the footage of the kids getting eaten, so
Oh no.
that'll be fun.
I love the idea of, like, I guess they're called death games, like Saw, but I can't watch Saw because it's like, oh my god, I can't. I will know.
First one's not that bad. You could probably watch that easily.
Maybe. But like games like Danganronpa 999, which is actually amazing. I love those. I love those ideas.
Mm-hmm. Death is not very fun.
People die when they are killed.
What I think about all this temporary and time traveling stuff could represent. Have you guys ever heard about the Mandela effect?
Mm-hmm,
I
definitely.
love Mandela.
I think I'm not entirely sure about how could this be related, but maybe this is like some kind of Mandela effect on steroids, and the profile picture is changing because in an alternate reality, the game doesn't feature Paul. I mean the new maker, the green character, as the player character, or maybe it wasn't there at the time they took the screenshot. So yeah,
Could be.
It's a Mandela effect where everything's the same except for Nightmine's the announcer.
That'd be bizarre.
That would be bizarre. It'd be funny. For people who don't know what the Mandela effect, I'll give you a good example. If you know the Bernstein Bears, can somebody
Like AI.
explain it? I'm no Shane Dawson.
I can explain the Mandela effect.
All right.
So, imagine some time ago, you and a crowd of people remembered something very specifically, and then years later, you suddenly realize that what you remembered was actually different, very slightly different than what you remember. And then your mind is tricked into believing that that was actually wrong, and you assumed it was something else. But so, for example, here's a quick example, I guess. In Forrest Gump, people usually quoted it as, "Life is like a box of chocolates. You don't know what you're going to get." But really the quote actually was, and people didn't understand this until they rewatched it, it was, "Life was like a box of chocolates." It was not is, it was. So
Is
that's
it
the
was?
Mandela effect. It was. It was.
It was.
That's the
Well,
Mandela
now,
effect.
just to throw something in really quickly, because the Mandela effect was around long before Fiona Broom, only it didn't have a name. Fiona Broom grabbed herself 15 minutes of fame right quick by labeling something that had been in existence for a very, very long time beforehand. There was a little pop psychology test that showed American pennies drawn differently, and it would say, pick the American penny, and like 80% of the people couldn't even come close, and would even insist after they checked that the penny must have been changed because what they thought they remembered was correct. Fiona Broom, all these years ago, apparently being a white woman in America, got somehow tripped up in her mind Stephen Biko and Nelson Mandela. Honest mistake. The Mandela effect itself isn't real. Never has been. But there is a human phenomenon that we want to believe that what we see is, what we remember is accurate when our memory doesn't function like a recording device. Elizabeth Loftus has done a lot of research in, basically our memories are reconstructed every time we pull them up. So that's my 2 cents.
That is. I've kind of believed in the Mandela effect myself. Now that you say that, it's kind of like, oh, maybe everything I thought was wrong. I don't know anymore now.
I mean, it doesn't need to be real to feature on Petscop, because after all, it's a fiction work.
Of course. I don't really think it's gonna be a Mandela effect, because there's gonna be actual proof that it was different. If somehow all of the Petscop videos were changed overnight, just one little thing in each episode was changed, And then they were like, and then all these people say like they changed Paul to like Tom, and they went and changed every video to say instead of Paul it's Tom, and then people would be like, but it's always been Paul. If you know what I'm getting at, I feel like I'm explaining this really bad.
Yeah, nah, I get it.
The only way I can think that this would feature the Mandela effect is if they like edited all the old videos and deleted them and re-uploaded them, and it's kind of obvious. There's no way. I don't think it's Mandela effect.
So
Yeah.
I think that, like, with changing the about, they've kind of reframed it so that it's kind of calling back to what JJ's saying.
I feel like as soon as Petscop 11 hits, something terrible has happened. Something bad
yeah.
has happened, and that's why they're setting up. They're getting hype for episode 11 because shit's gonna go down. I feel.
There's, I gotta say, this isn't really about Petscop 2 in general. This is just about the whole series. Something that I really love about the series is the narrator himself. I love how, as the episodes keep going, he starts to get quieter and a lot more, like, you can just tell he's getting so, like, deep into this that he's really
going
disturbed.
into investigator mode.
Like, no, like, not even just investigator mode. Like, his brain sounds like it's, like, slowly shutting down. Like, he's getting tired and more obsessed and more upset about this. Like, he's just really disturbed. It adds to that, that really unsettling feeling where you hear that hum in the background from, like, his microphone. It's just really, like, broken inside. Like, I love that about it. It's really cool.
Yeah,
Wait,
and you can hear him taking notes and sifting through his notes and everything.
It's just so much detail.
Yeah.
But,
Should we go into more detail about, like, the different rooms?
Yeah, sure. Let's start with the first room you go to, which is the weird secretary room with the phone and the note.
The office?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, should I just quickly address my ABNLM theory?
Go ahead. Do it.
Okay. I'm very proud of myself. I feel like I'm very early to the game with this one because I believe ABNLM with the whole cycle repeating thing means A, adopted, B, beaten, NLM, nobody loves me, and it repeats over and over. You get adopted, beaten, and then you go into depression. I believe that's what it means.
I will fucking put money down on that.
Yeah, and if people are telling me that it could just mean like A, B, like they don't really mean anything,
Why?
well,
That's
adopted, he adopted, she looks fine, and then on B, she looks beaten. She literally looks beaten, like she got hit. So
Yeah.
I think
Well,
that's
no,
what it means.
That would totally make sense out of the you had to lie, but it may not be for long. You can close the
Yeah,
loop.
exactly. You can close the loop. You can stop reliving the same abuse over and over.
I actually just played this game, and I thought it'd be like funny. And I thought I got it as a joke because it was $5 for both games on Steam, and it's Hatoful Boyfriend.
What?
And I played it expecting. Do you know what that is? It's a
No.
game where you date pigeons, and I fucking love.
Oh, that game. Yeah.
So I bought it expecting like laughs and just stupidity. I actually cried. It made me cry.
That's the best kind of thing when you go into something expecting something and then you come out with a completely different emotion, like Cabin in the Woods, that movie.
Cause there was like, I thought it'd just be cute birdie romance, but no, I get murder and suicide and just politics and just experiments, and I'm just like, no, I want my birdie boyfriends to be happy.
No.
Yes, weird shit. I know.
You
right?
should,
Same.
That was pretty much my that was my thing when I went in with Alan Tutorial. I went in thinking it was just gonna be a funny little gag fest of
Yeah.
a little kid wanting to make some tutorial, and then it's fucking depressing.
Yeah.
So
People
depressing.
are saying Santa's best boy. No, it's Nagiki. Nagiki is my tiny
The
bird
fuck is a
baby.
geeky?
Nagiki is the little dead boy, and I love him. He's a little dead bird, and I'm just like, no, baby, no.
I'll play it and I will have no emotion.
Probably. Just like if you get the true ending, holy fuck. I spent 10 hours completing the entire game.
It's perfect.
What if Petscop ends up kind of like No, I don't really think so. But now that you say reliving something over and over, what if it's like a Groundhog's Day thing?
It could
That's a
be
movie?
that's what I was thinking going in. Like, is this gonna be like a
Same
video
day
game
over and over
creepy?
again.
Like, yeah, like it keep reliving. Like, what if Paul ends up reliving the same days over and over
That
again
would
in
be
this
fucking
game?
weird.
It would
That
be
would be
that
weird.
would be the only time where supernatural could actually be like really creepy to me, because I don't want it to just simply be
Wait.
there's a ghost.
What if, because like you see these weird, you see the quitter, and you see what we think is Marvin, I think, the lettuce-haired guy. What if
Mhm.
that is past Paul or future Paul playing that
Dude.
route, and then we're seeing it again?
That it's funny. I was
What if
thinking
they are actually other incarnations of Paul or
The thing
other
is-
incarnations of people's routes?
the thing about this is, I'm wondering if the note was like, okay, if we're going by the idea that this is like future Paul coming back, would that mean the note that said I turned the right and became a shadow monster man? What if that is Paul that wrote that note in warning
Holy
of him,
shit.
and then
What
he
if
does
Paul
it?
made the game?
Dude, what if he did? Oh
What
my
if he
god.
made the game and he's just forgetting every time? He's just playing
Or-
thinking it's a new playthrough.
What if the player, who at least during the one we see as Paul, ends up becoming New Maker, who it turns out to be Rainer, because did it with this new about note of the we're not so worried about this now, blah blah blah. What if this was Rainer's sending back him making the decision to go ahead and take the title of New Maker, kind of like Nightmare was
Uh,
hinting.
Maybe.
I personally think that Rainer could be the person who modified the game, so they are leaving a message for
So you think they got hacked?
whoever was the game for.
So you think Paul's YouTube got hacked and Rainer left that about message? Is that what you're saying?
Sorry?
Are you saying that Paul's YouTube, the Petscop YouTube got hacked and Rainer left the about message to mess
No,
with?
no. I mean, as I said on the last episode, whoever modified the game, because that's something that I think that the game was modified after it was left abandoned. I think that person is actually leaving messages with the name of Rainer.
I believe
So
That could
yeah,
make sense.
I think they not only did they not only made the secret part of the game, but they also left that one note signed by Rainer. But I'm really intrigued because I can't make a connection between whoever made the game and the title of New Maker. I mean, why would you
believe that
title
New Makers
yourself New
are-
Maker? Maybe.
I believe. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What do you think? No. Give
I
your opinion.
believe that Petscop was just an unfinished, kind of like a Net Yarze. Is that how you pronounce it? Net whatever game. And then someone took that game, someone edited it. That editor is New Maker because New Maker. They're making something new, and each iteration is a new maker. If that makes any sense, each person that plays it, once they
I like that
finish it,
idea.
they become a new maker. They basically become a mod to it, and then that they can maybe they can change it.
It makes me wonder though, why? Like, why are they doing that?
I feel like this has some personal connection to somebody, and that's the reason why they're playing it. Be it Paul's mom, be it Paul, it has to have some kind of emotional thing. Maybe Paul was adopted, and he had to deal with that because
Maybe.
Maybe because I know
Oh,
foster
dude,
care. Foster care. Oh, go ahead.
Wait, I have a theory. Now this actually links up perfectly to the whole you know how like when Paul seems to see like really disturbing imagery, like really freaky imagery, he just kind of goes like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
Well, maybe because many emotionally distressed people who have been through abuse and stuff, they do not really react emotional anymore. They kind of have been broken emotionally, mentally. They don't have much of a feeling in them.
Well,
they can't really
he does
express
seem to have
themselves.
some feeling. He
Kind of lets it out, but he doesn't kind of. It doesn't feel like how like a mentally completely stable person would react to like really freaky imagery. Like he doesn't freak out. He's just sort of like, huh.
I feel like
weird.
I feel like if he found some, like, I don't think he's mentally dead. I feel like he has feelings, and I feel like I feel like he's been adopted and abused at one point, but taken away from that situation. Because I know adoption, people that adopt, people that are foster mothers are not always good people. Just because they have the title of a caretaker doesn't mean that they're always going to be good. And if you report that, you can get that taken away. They
Yeah,
can't get taken away to a better house, to a better place. So
and
I
it's
feel
a
like that's
cycle.
what's yeah. Unless they get taken out, then they're gonna have to deal with that cycle. That's
Yeah,
It's also noticeable how in the description of Care NLM, you are called the new maker, not a new maker. So that will mean that Rainer was a past new maker, and maybe he's dead, as the
Maybe the new
description
maker-
of the video mentioned. Maybe they thought they were dead or something like that, or maybe he retired or got that title took away,
Maybe the
taken
new
away.
maybe the new maker goes as soon as there's a new maker, be it however you get to become a new maker. As soon as you become a new maker, the old new maker retires.
yeah.
That's what I would do.
I'm kind of thinking in the same way because just like that note from on the about page, seems like it would have been posted by, the new makers like the previous ones or something like that, who were at the time concerned about Rayner and now have, maybe Paul, or maybe Paul is Rayner. I'm still going to leave that door open, but, and now have Paul, who is the new maker.
Maybe. I
Like
don't
Tool said.
I have no clue. That is a very good theory. That is a very good theory. Just
Oh my god.
what about Tool? What about
oh
Tool?
wait, crap.
So
Alright.
I have made the connection, or I've seen someone make the connection. I forget who it was. The tool is a thing called an awl. What an awl is, it's a small pointed tool. This is the straight up definition. A small pointed tool used for piercing holes, especially in leather. And if you freaking look at that one windmill scene in Petscop 10, that freaking tool looks very stabby. If I do say so myself, it looks like that the windmill girl is getting stabbed or about to get stabbed.
I see the connection, and that will make sense because, in my opinion, tool would work in two ways. I mean, we have the small tools which can be found on the children's rooms and also inside of the windmill, and we have the big tool. So being pointy and probably made of metal or some similar material.
They're also flat, which is very interesting.
Well, I think the big tool located in Tool's room, I think it's more like some kind of communication device, as I said on the first episode.
That's
kind of like a
yeah.
It has it works when it's not being used. It works like an oracle. I mean, you can ask questions, and that will be red tool. But it can also turn into another color, and I think that will mean someone is using tool to communicate with the children or someone else. And the small tools, I think they are used to extract something, probably from the children. But I don't really know what that something could be.
Yeah.
It could be the dingle bobs, because when Paul uses white tool on the windmill girl, he starts getting dingle bobs. But I don't know. What do you guys think?
It's interesting about the tool thing. My friend actually left a very interesting theory that maybe it's like a very abstract representation of like an antenna that delivers information throughout the different planes. And like when it lights up, it means the antenna is like, working. It's delivering the information.
That's a good idea. To me, to be honest, it looks like a salt and pepper grinder.
Yeah, it means that Carrie is salty.
You need to get that spice.
Maybe I do like the idea that it might be an awl, because I did look it up, and yeah, it does look very uncanny. Like,
yeah, it's very. Keep in mind, if you Google images, a lot of owls can look different, but there's this one picture, and it just, oh my goodness, If we can, if this is the YouTube version, I'll throw it up on screen.
Yeah, I would believe that it was meant to be like an all. At first, I thought it was supposed to look like an information kiosk, and then I saw the small tool on the nightstand in the kid's bedroom, and then with the comment of Marvin picks up tool hurts me when PlayStation is on. Also, just a quick mention, that also kind of keys in with the idea that as long as the PlayStation is on, time is progressing in the new Maker plane. Things are happening.
That is scary. And so, like, when the PlayStation's off, that means time stops.
That's. I mean, I'm not certain on this. Again, in the realm of a theory, but yeah, when Paul is saying, from 2004 to now, this was in my mom's bedroom, or my mom had it, whatever he said. Yeah, so from then to then, apparently Marvin wasn't picking up the tool, hurting anybody. No cellar doors were coming open, no tunes were playing. But as soon as that PlayStation gets left on, it apparently starts progressing. Because we know now that, the cellar door in the middle of the new Maker plane swings open when the tune plays that plays in the quitter's room. Only at the time that the cellar door opens, we didn't realize it was the tune playing in the quitter's room.
One time at my school, they had chicken nuggets, and I cut one open, and it's pink, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna microwave these. I shove them in the microwave, and I take it out. The one that I cut in half, the chicken evaporated. It was gone. It was fucking missing. It just disappeared. I'm like, what the hell happened? Vape some dank nugs, hell yeah. One thing that really bothers me, I just thought of this, that I really want to talk about, is there's a note, I forget in which of the kids' room it was, but it's the note with the mother and the father speaking, where it's like, Care isn't growing any eyebrows.
Oh my God, that was so disturbing. Yes.
Am I the only one who got sexual vibes from that?
No.
I got very sexual vibes from that.
I got a lot. I think a majority of this series deals with sexual abuse.
I think a lot of it. I think it's sexual, emotional. I think it's all going to be all.
Well, and also, harkening back. I'm sorry. Just really quickly, in that note, that's also kind of a shout out to the whole Candace Newmaker event, in that the rebirthing therapy, the originator thought it up while he was in the bathtub. I mean, that's the story. So there's two levels of creep.
I haven't heard
Wait, is that true? Did the Candace Newmaker, he thought of it in the bath?
Holy shit.
Okay.
The originator,
Nightmind.
No. The originator of rebirthing therapy to solve attachment disorder, which I'm telling you as a psychologist is a completely spurious theory with no support whatsoever. The originator originally thought it up that, hey, if we only mimicked rebirthing, blah, 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 while he was in the damn bathtub.
Okay, then nobody can tell me that this has, like, the Candace theory is a coincidence.
Oh my God.
That has to be
forever. I've been saying forever, you have Randus, you have Tiara, you have Newmaker. Randus, Tiara, Newmaker. Let me think about that. Coincidence? Maybe not so much.
Yeah, it's too
just
fucking
everything. It's so that's why it's obviously.
Like, I think I heard somebody say that Nightmind was just trying to go against the grain in his video, saying that has nothing to do about it.
I think that I if you want to edit this out of the podcast, go for it. This has been notably unpopular hypothesis of mine. Not even going to grade it up to a theory. I think that the creator consulted Nightmind on it. I think he's in that membership tier and consulted.
Yeah. Or maybe Nightmind just made it.
Yeah, Nightmind just made it.
I have memorized everything that Nightmind has done, and I'm sorry, the tone of that Petscop advertisement, let's say. It was an advertisement. This was not an analysis.
It was, and I feel like it was just trying to go against the grain to get a bit more publicity, maybe, like, oh, Nightmind, look at this theory, it's so dumb, watch his video. Maybe
just
I
everything.
love Nightmind. Don't get me wrong, I am the biggest Nightmind freaking fangirl in the world. I love
absolutely.
him and everything he does. But like, I don't know. It seemed
like everything that leads up to it just constantly makes me look back and be like, okay, let's look down the list. Nightmind says he'll have a series coming out from maybe April to June.
I know,
Let's
right?
see.
He specifically
Nightmind.
he said that I'm going to have a series and cover it like it's an actual thing and not tell anyone that I made it.
Oh
He
yeah, and
freaking
what does he do?
stated
And what does he do? He looks specifically for a comment that said, "Did you make this?" and then says, "No, I wish I did though." Like,
I
Look,
know, right?
yeah, I'm going to accept him. I'll take him at his word that he is not the originator, even though to my level of expectations, I would expect, sure, he could be the creator. But since he has actively denied it, and I saw that same comment, I think he was I think he was consulted on it. Because
Another
I think
thing-
he made it. I think he made it. I don't think he was consulted. I really do think he made it.
the thing that
He
makes
does
me
seem to I guess take pride in the fact that he doesn't like mess with other people's stories. I think that was that's something in 70 Broad's new video, how he wanted to contact 70 Broad, but he didn't.
yeah,
you know,
To
another
mess with integrity, so I don't think he contacted. I don't think
the other thing that makes me think he probably made it is this goes complete like honestly, I thought this right when I saw Petscop episode 1. I'm like, this goes completely step by step what Nightmind wanted to see in a horror web series. He wanted to see another Ben Drown type thing, but done in an original format. He wanted to see a really deep story. He wanted to see something that doesn't give away everything. It wants like piece by piece mystery. This goes completely into what he wanted, and now he's gonna tell me that he didn't make it.
He straight up said it.
Mhm.
I forget what episode, but I know he does, and I know
No,
he
he told.
does.
Oh, I think it was in the I think it was in his Been Drowned review, if
I
I'm
think
remembering
so.
correctly. But
Yeah, he
but
seemed
yeah, no,
mad.
he straight up did say it. And yes, I would have been when in his chat when Huck, weren't you in there too? When everybody was saying Petscop, 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 and he wouldn't even address it. And I was sitting there like, oh my God, is it you? You know?
Yeah, why would he address it? If he loves this
I don't
thing
know.
so much, why would he not address it? I'm guessing that this is a live stream he did. I wasn't there, but like,
Somebody from PetScored was in there with me when he was doing the stream. And
oh,
the entire room was just literally line after line, Petscop, 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 talk about Petscop. Not a word.
Also,
people that don't want to be called out, people that don't want to acknowledge something, if they don't want to talk about something because they're guilty, they won't acknowledge it.
Yeah.
I know this because there's recent drama with this YouTuber named Austin Jones, and go look it up if you don't mind being triggered, because this guy is sick. But his manager, a little snaky snake named Brian Stars, he's hosting live streams on YouNow, and everyone's like, talk about Austin, and he never talks about it. Never once. So it just kind of, it does seem very suspicious to me.
Yeah.
also,
Like I said, I love Nightmind. I don't want to bash on him. I really don't.
No.
To be honest, I want him on this show so damn bad. But
Nick Nocturne, we're talking.
also, I gotta say, what was the series that he said he would cover Petscop on, and what have we not seen another episode on this specific series for? It was Night Vision. He said it would be on Night Vision, and it's past the date that he said he would make the Night Vision episode, and he already did it.
No, I want to throw it out. Seriously, though, if Paul is a subscriber of his and has subscribed to the tier that gets him consultation and help, because, I mean, look at his tiers on Patreon. He offers a tier that will give you one-on-one consultation. He's also in kind of a moral, ethical bind there, too. On the one hand, he can't sell his subscriber down the river and give away anything. And on the other hand, he can't throw hints at us.
Exactly.
I still, it could be, it's either he has nothing to do with this and we're all wrong and people are gonna laugh in our face.
People are already laughing at my face about it.
People are gonna shit on us. People are gonna shit on us in this episode, and
I'll ask Nightmind in a private call. Also, wait. We'll put money towards producing the highest quality originals for Nightmind, from short films to animations and beyond.
Wait, where does oh, I think I know what you say. I think I know what you're talking about.
Animation.
And you see you see his freaking. I don't think it's animation. I think it's an actual game that was made. But you see his damn production quality. Look at the freaking "Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared."
Oh yeah, that blew me
That
away.
video was fucking art. I do not care. It was gorgeous.
Mhm.
And his Night Vale video, I fucking love Night Vale, but he did trash it a bit, but I love it.
I
So I was
actually, you know,
kind
the
of
thing
sad,
though, the thing
but
though about
the
Night
thing
Vale is
is-
the whole thing though. It was genius because it was designed to piss off the fans. But then as you keep
I know,
watching,
right?
you're like, wait, no, this guy is actually onto something. He's describing the whole purpose of the show without really describing it. It's like that's what's great about Nightmind. He can take
He
such a
followed
simple opinion and then warp it so well.
he followed he followed the formula of Night Vale. There was a conflict, then the weather, then the conflict was solved.
Mhm.
And he explains that. And he even mentioned the freaking ad, the freaking 5-minute ads that I think it's Joseph Fink does in the beginning. He did that.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. I thought that was amazing. As a fan, I was like, yes. Oh yeah, and now the weather.
So back to Petscop.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tatacat, that was a really good. But wait, where did you get the info about the bathtub thing? Because I looked it up and I couldn't find. I don't disbelieve you, but where did you find out about that?
I can find that. I believe that I originally launched it off of the Victims of Attachment Therapy website, where they are talking about how, because the what's her name now, the CJ is now CJ Cool or whatever. They out her on that.
What are you talking about?
The originator in the bathtub. I can definitely find that for you and shoot it over to you.
If anything,
Who
I'll
is
put a link to that in the description.
Yeah, I just
here.
yeah.
Leonard Orr ORR devised rebirthing therapy in the 1970s after he supposedly relived his own birth while in the bath.
That's stupid. That's just so dumb.
Well,
Sounds
no,
like
I mean,
some-
it's.
yeah.
Forgive me. Here, I'm going to be really crass. It's a completely retarded idea, and anybody who believes it is a damn fool. So,
It's so stupid. You don't understand. Like, if people don't get along, it's not because usually it's not the child's fault. It's usually the parents. And again, like, it's just you don't. If the parents don't want to change, they're not going to change. They're going to try to change the kids. They're going to go after
This actually, you know,
the kids.
this yeah, the tone of your voices, it really reminds me of something. You know what I think makes Petscop work so well, actually?
Mhm.
It makes people okay. I think some of the best type of horror, and I learned this from watching the movie Get Out. If you haven't seen Get Out, watch that. It can make people like really good horror can make people delve into the most uncomfortable topics and actually get pissed off. If it can make you pissed off and make you really talk.
Yes! The Candace Newmaker, the whole incident makes me so sad and
It makes
so
you angry
pissed
and
off at
upset.
people. Because like
It's that.
I've experienced something similar, and it's so just like I can't. The fact that people believe
Well,
this
for
makes me sad, and that people go through this just makes me sad and angry, and I can't.
For me, Petscop was first I was confused, then I was sad, and then I'm confused back again. So
It's a cycle.
yeah, it's a
the
cycle. Exactly.
It's the
You're the new
ABMLM
maker.
cycle.
You can close the cycle.
Wait, what
Really,
what is
I
this?
hope this has. I hope
Wait.
this has a good, happy ending. To be honest.
There's a like a hyperlink on the bottom of this website. It says Garalina. No, I'm just kidding.
My fucking god, you scared
Download Petscop
me.
for
You
free.
scared me.
Mega.
It might, but
Petscop
if this
is
is because I noticed on the bottom though there isn't like a there's always usually a year where it says like when this website was created, but on the bottom there's nothing. I wonder if there's a secret.
Check
I
the
will
source
find
code.
it.
Check the source code. Be a FNAF researcher and check the source code.
Let's just say bye.
Alrighty, I think episode 2 is done. I think we've covered all that we wanted to say. Everybody say a quick bye.
BYE. Bye bye bye.
Oh no.
Bye now.
Bye now. make another tutorial.
Oh no. So that wraps it up for the second episode of The Quitter's Room. Stay tuned for episode 3. I didn't know that Spoo was recording, so we're gonna have to have a bloopers roll. Bloopers thing. It'll just be us screaming, actually screeching.
Oh!
Your wish is my command. Cue the royalty-free music.
Gotta love jokes. Oh, shit!
Wendy's is my fucking waifu.
I burped. Excuse me.
A++. You need to amp the memes. Not too much. Just enough. So it phases to meme.
I can't reach my chicken.
Oh no! Get your Minecraft shit out of here. Get your Minecraft shit out of here. We are
No.
not 13. We're not weird, we swear.
I swear. Fuck!
You making fun of me? How dare you? So I'm gonna start.
I can
I'm gonna
just,
get this shit rolling.
Here, I can impersonate her. I'll do it for you
Please
guys.
don't. No, please don't.
Hi.
Stop. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Fuck it, we'll do it live.
We'll do it live!
We'll do it live!
Do what lie? I got the chicken.
Hell yeah.
And now I can take a bite. Alright, here we go. Here we go. One
Yes.
bite. One bite.
Eating
Mm.
ASMR.
Mm.
Ugh, I hate it.
Mm. Mm.
The mouth noises help.
That's so good.